Alright, I have today here a battle with Oni Screams, who made quite a generous donation to the channel and Twitch stream, so thank you very much. And yeah, we're going to have a battle, and I've been itching to use Mega Manectric for quite some time, so I decided to bring a team with that. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and yeah, get right into it. Alright, so Jacob is issuing a challenge, and he has Tarzan, the Infernape. Oh dear god, the humanity. Meanwhile, I'm going to go on to Manectric, because, you know, Manectric is pretty cool. And I'm going to, of course, Mega Evolve, being that that's what Mega Manectric does, you know, it kind of just Mega Evolves all over the place, and then intimidates things. Of course, yeah, that's not too bad for me, since this Infernape, anyway, is physical. He goes for the Fake Out, and yeah, I'm just going to Volt Switch, basically to get damage and to switch out and stuff, because I really do not want to take, I don't know, anything, pretty much. So going to Jellicent, and I know he's probably just going to U-turn or something. He actually ends up going for the Stealth Rocks, which I didn't expect. I expected either the Fire move, the Close Combat, or the U-turn. None of those things happened, and he goes out in a Conkeldurr to fight my balloon monster, my Jellicent, which is, I guess was really popular in Gen 5, but I'm behind the times, what can I say, and still pretty darn good. Either way, I go for the Scald. I did not get it on the Conkeldurr, which is probably a good thing, since you never know when this thing has guts. I mean, it might have Iron Fist. It looks like an Iron Fist moveset, but a lot of them just have guts anyway. You know, because guts is pretty brokes. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and take Dragonite, and, yeah, does not take the knockoff too well. And, yeah, he does have Ice Punch. And even though I only X2 resisted after the, the Roost, it still does quite a lot, and I don't have a spinner or a way to get rid of entry hazards, so he just kills my Dragonite because I really can't switch out, and yeah, that sucks. Either way, I go into Manectric now again to get off the Intimidate and hopefully scare it away, and he does indeed run for his life. He goes out into Trevenant, which is a cool Gen 6 Pokemon. Grass Ghost, it's a tree ghost thing. Don't really know what else to say about it. He's going to run away now and goes out into Tarzan. I do have the Overheat, so I was going for that. So he gets to keep his Trevenant thing for another day. Instead, he's just going to sack his Tarzan. So actually taking out the Infernape really isn't too bad for me, because that thing can be really, really annoying, even if it is low HP. Alright, so he goes out into Porygon-z, which I cannot like enough. Porygon-z is pretty awesome. He traces my Intimidate and uses it against me. Not that it matters. Manectric is a special Pokémon's. Very special, in fact. I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch. I know it doesn't do a whole lot due to Overheat. Using Overheat lowers my special attack, but hey, does something. I go into Ferrothorn, basically because I know I can wall Porygon-z, and I want to set up the Stealth Rocks. You know, better late than never, I suppose, right? Better late than never. But, yeah, he's going to set up the T-Wave, which is kind of a curious move. I don't know why he would do that, because, yeah, it doesn't bother Ferrothorn that much. But yeah, I do end up setting the Stealth Rocks, which, you know, pretty good thing to do. A lot of Pokemon don't really like taking damage on Switch. In fact, most Pokemon don't. He goes into his Blastoise. I actually don't have the, what's it called? What's the move that... The Grass move. Whatever the Grass move is that these things normally have. I actually have T-Wave instead. My attacking move is Gyro Ball on this particular Ferrothorn, so I can't just hit him with a Grass move, which kind of sucks. Instead, I'm going to hit him with a Leech Seed and switch. Now, yeah, Mega Blastoise has, what is it? I forget, Blast Launcher or something? Something like that is its ability, which means all aura moves are going to be doing more damage. So, yeah, like that Aura Sphere, which does a ton. So I go into Jellicent, hoping that he'll go for the Aura Sphere again. He ends up predicting and going for the Dark Pulse, which kind of sucks, but, oh well. No, I think it's any Pulse move, that's what it is. Any Pulse or Aura, something like that. Either way, I disable it thanks to Cursed Body, which is a really good ability, and the main reason why Jellicent is really good. The other reasons are its excellent defensive typing and bulky stats. Either way, now that that's disabled, I know I can live any other attack he tries to do anyway, so I just go for the Recover, which, yeah, I would like to be back at full health as he goes into Conkeldurr. Now, yeah, you can go for the knockoff here, which is bad for me, but at the same time, you know, it gets rid of my leftovers and it will do some damage to me, but yeah, I don't want to take that, so I switch out. What am I saying? I go into Ferrothorn to take the knockoff because I do have Rocky Helmet as well as my Iron Barb's ability, which is going to do quite a lot of damage to Conkeldurr. before he knocks off my Rocky Helmet. I think I did get the Rocky Helmet damage before he knocked it off. Yeah, I did. Either way, he's just going to Drain Punch, which is going to end up hurting himself more than curing himself, as well as killing my 2 HP Ferrothorn that was paralyzed, so let's face it, not a huge deal there. And I get some nice cut damage on the Conkeldurr, thanks to Ferrothorn's Sacrifice. Alright, so, going back into Manectric, I get the Intimidate, and I'm just going to try to kill it. I'm pretty sure I can kill it with a Thunderbolt at this point, but I actually don't. He goes for the Mach Punch, thinking that I'm going to kill him as well. And Mach Punch still does an annoying amount of damage considering the Intimidate. And as you can see, I don't actually kill him with Thunderbolt, so if he actually went for any other move there, I would have been screwed. Like, if he went for the Drain Punch, I'd be like, F. Either way, I am killing him now, so I was kind of shocked about that. Kind of underwhelmed by Manetric's ability there. Well, his special attack ability. Oh well, he's going to trace my Intimidating again with his Duck, and that doesn't really matter. I have enough HP to switch in again, despite the Stealth Rock, so I am going to switch out. And I Volt Switch out here into... Who do I Volt Switch out into? I don't even remember half this battle myself. Porygon-z, right. Porygon-z on Porygon-2 action. Porygon-z, the offensive brother of Porygon-2. And this is a Specs Porygon-z, which I'm kind of liking, might I add. It does a ton of damage, and I did predict this switch here in a Trevenant and went for the Dark Pulse. Would have been probably screwed if he stayed in Porygon-2, but I made a nice prediction, thinking that he would think I would obviously go for the Tri-Attack. Not today, sir. Eat a Specs Dark Pulse, as he now goes back into his Blastoise, which I really don't want to risk staying in against. I do not believe I can kill with a non-super effective Dark Pulse there, even with the Specs. Oh well. I go back into Jellicent, hoping that he'd go for the Aura Wave or whatever. And Aura Sphere, there you go. And he did, so hooray for me. Hooray for logistics and stuff. I don't know why I said logistics. Hooray for predictions and stuff. There we go. And he goes for the Dark Pulse yet again, and my Cursed Body yet again activates. Which is not good for him. I just go for the Will-O-Wisp, which is going to get some residual damage on Mega Blastoise. The thing about Mega Pokemon is, they don't have an item, or, item other than their Mega Stones, which means he has no way to heal, so that burn damage is really going to start racking up, and at this point he really just wants to kill me, so he's going to end up staying in Water Pulsing, which obviously is not going to kill me, but he does get the Confuse, which is super lucky for him. But luckily for me, though, it does not make me hit myself in my Confusion, so I'm able to get off the recover, and this Blastoise is no longer a threat to me. I think he is going to continue to try to stay in and kill me, though, hoping that the Confusion does it. I hit myself in my Confusion like infinite times in a row, or he gets his Dark Pulse back at some point. Either way, I'm still confused. This time I do end up hurting myself in my Confusion, and yeah, that kind of sucks. He's going to continue going for the Water Pulse, and I do go for the Recover again, and I do get it off this time. But bad for me, he does get his Dark Pulse back after this turn, so now I'm kind of left with a conundrum, because he's not going to be quite finished off by his burn. He also got a crit there with the Water Pulse. Oh well, crits aren't that bad in Gen 6. They're only 1.5 times damage, not 2 times damage. Either way, watch this. You ready for this, guys? You ready for this? You ready? I don't think you're ready. Okay, now you're ready. Dark Pulse. Crit. And I survive it. That's how amazing that wall thing, Jellicent, is. People are very Jellicent of Jellicent's wall. Okay, that was a terrible pun. But they are kind of jelly, let's face it. Either way, that Blastoise is dead before I could take out my jelly, so he'd be very jelly at me. Alright, so Duck 2.0, Porygon-2 comes back out, which is kind of whatever at this point. I go for the Will-O-Wisp. I don't know why I did this. I guess I wanted residual damage, but this thing is Recover anyway. But I guess, it's still kind of a nuisance for him. He doesn't have leftovers, obviously, because he has the Eviolite nonsense that makes him like an invincible god Pokemon. But, yeah, so it is going to be annoying, but it's not really that bad since he does have Recover. Either way, now I am going to switch. I go out into Lucario, thinking that I probably have this one, and I think I misplayed hard on this. Yeah, I definitely misplayed hard on this Lucario. He has a Rhyperior left and a Porygon-2 left, so I'm like, okay. I got a little greedy. I went for the Swords Dance, thinking, okay, there's no way he's going to win anyway. So I go for the Swords Dance. And this thing does have Thunder Wave, which I think we already saw, so I should have known that he could just Thunder Wave me. And another thing I forgot is that this thing traced my Cursed Body ability, so I go for the Close Combat here to kill Porygon-2. which, you know, is kind of the obvious play, right? Killing Porygon-2. So now I have a SD, although I am paralyzed against Rhyperior. I can just go for the close combat, I thought. If he does try to set up, you know, his, what is it? He does try to set up, agility, or no, what's the rock one? Dang it, Rock Polish, to get his speed up. I know, chances are I'll be able to hit with close combat and kill him. Except I go for the Bullet Punch because he ended up getting the Cursed Body on my close combat. But looking at the damage, I'm like, okay. But I'm like, okay, it's a 2-hit KO. So all I need to do is not get frozen in my paralysis this turn, and I'm good. He got the weakness policy off due to, yeah, Bullet Punch being super effective, but then I get paralyzed instead of going for that Bullet Punch, which would have sealed the game. And at this point, I'm like, well, that sucks. There's not a whole lot I can do. I really actually should have went into Manectric first to get the Intimidate off before going out into Jellicent here. Heck, I could have probably got Intimidate off twice if I sacrificed a few other mons. Because Jellicent was really, and that's where I misplayed. I should have went into Manectric first. Or maybe even just went into it, you know, just one time to get the Intimidate, go for the Hidden Power. I do outspeed him still, due to Magnetric's amazing speed. I do have the Hidden Power Ice, and it still doesn't quite kill! Oh, no! But I'm wondering, after the Intimidate, if I could have survived Stone Edge on my Balloon. I don't know. My Jellicent. Either way, he is going to be able to outspeed Porygon-Z, which is the game winner. So, good game. I can't really hate the fact that I lost to Rhyperior. I used it so much in Gen 4. Rock Polish Rhyperior. It was a lot of fun, actually. Maybe I'll just bring that back for Gen 6 as well. But yeah, it was a good victory for him, and close game. I can't help but feel I could have done something differently at the end to stop that, but it was a pretty good game all around. Either way, today's question of the day is this. What is your favorite of the 6 Pokemon stats? That would be HP, Attack, Defense, Special Attack, Special Defense, and Speed. Now, obviously, I know it's a loaded question, but what is your favorite? Like, what do you look for in a Pokemon? If you want a Pokemon with high stat, what stat do you look for, huh? As for me, it's probably Attack. I do like my physical sweepers, and so Attack probably is my favorite stat. Either way, leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Bye.